Welcome to Kiss Up Cards, where I keep it simple. I'm Marianne, and I'm coming to you as a Stampin' Up! Independent consultant. And I bring to you each week, twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, most often, simple card ideas, simple card designs, tips and tricks, and just something to help you with your card making and making it so that you make cards that are quick and easy, and then you're ready to share kindness one card at a time. Tonight I'm going to bring you a card idea that is easy to do. You might want a little bit of practice, and I'll walk you through the little practice that I did. But it's stamp, ink, and paper, and I have done it before, so I've got another design for you, and it is really cute. So I had a stamp set. So we're going to use Blooming Phrases stamp set. I'm going to use ink, and I'm going to use cardstock. Now you're thinking, what kind of card am I going to make out of this? Well, I'm going to show you. So let's get to my craft table. And down here at my craft table, I'm going to show you just what I was practicing with. So on just some blank copy paper that I have hanging around that, it's not useful anymore, I started practicing. Rather than doing it on my card, I just do it on paper first. So I took, first of all, I'll show you. I took the Blooming Phrases stamp set, and it has all these little flowers and leaves, and they are adorable. And then this beautiful font with the little swirly scripts at the end. And I bought it for this. But then I've seen what I could do with this, and it has just exponentially brought this stamp set up to another level where I can use it for a number of things. And one is to decorate a card with just the stamp and the ink and make a beautiful card like this. So when this is not my first attempt, folks. I would not be that good. So then I thought, well, I'm going to practice on scrap paper. And you can see I have a nice straight line at the bottom on both of them. And I did on my card as well, but I covered the bottom with ribbon. And it just adds a nice touch. And you could keep that all the way around. And if you're really good, you could add like lines and dots like that all the way around if you wanted, or just a line, or just a straight line like this, and then like this, and all the way around. So I'm not at that point yet. I'll get there someday. But as you can see, my lines don't get very even. And maybe that doesn't matter. So anyway, I started just stamping. And what I did was I stamped the stems first. And then it was really difficult to match the flowers up. This one I got, and then the other ones I did not. I crossed over. And just, it doesn't make it look sweet. If I did masking, I could do that. That's for another time. So then I thought, okay, let me try with just adding the flowers first. And as you can see, that worked a lot better, adding the flowers first and then throwing the stems in. And then you'll notice on this card, I was stamping away. And where I have yellow here, I stamped into my strawberry shortcake pad, and then I stamped, like, how did yellow get to, I went into the wrong stamp color. But you know what? No sweats. I just left that as one, and I put 3 yellow ones in different spots and just did it that way. These are 2s, but it doesn't really impact the card. In floristry, floral arranging, I want to say, in floral arranging, they usually work by odd numbers. And usually when I do the gems or the sequins, the bedazzling. I work in odd numbers as well. It just is aesthetically pleasing. So here I have 5 little hearts. If you had butterflies, you could add butterflies. I know they have butterfly sequins. That adds a nice touch to your, and then I added the ribbon down at the bottom. And then the stamp of celebrate. I could have stamped that up here, but I just stamped it. I wanted this to be the focal point. And then I just stamped inside the card, and then I stamped on the envelope. And as I didn't use designer series paper, I didn't do the flap. I just did this. So this is what I'm going to show you and walk you through with this stamp set. So this is just using cardstock and stamps and ink, what we call SIP, stamp, ink, and paper. And it makes a beautiful card as well. Is absolutely gorgeous. So let's walk through this. I think I may make the next one a little different. I may use colored cardstock. Grab some white out of my scrap pile. Let's see if I can find one that's going to suit the measurements we need. I have all my stamps ready. I have little, I have them on both sides. The same with the little ones. I have the flowers on both sides and the leaves on both sides. So I need my trimmer out. So this front panel, and you could do it in any light color that you have. I'm just going to continue doing it on white. So my cardstock, which is the top front one here, is going to be 4 7/8 by 5 7/8. So what is this? No, sorry. 4 7/8 and 3 5/8. So 4 7/8, which is this length. I think I'll make it 3 5/8. No, let me do 4 7/8, which is just under the 5 inches. And then 3 5/8, which is just over the halfway mark. So there we have that piece. So that is that piece there. We're going to decorate that up. Now what I did was on just a scrap, again, just a scrap piece of paper, I put my Stampin' seal, and then I tapped it on my top sweater so that it's sticky, but it's not going to rip the paper when I take it up. Now you will see me measure. I don't know. Okay, I think you're in screen here. So I have measurements down here. So I'm just going to measure 1/4 inch on each side so that I can get this straight. I do measure sometimes. Most of the time I eyeball, but this you really want to have straight. And then I just secure that down. I maybe want to move this up. There we go. Secure that down. Whoops. Wants to stick to my paper instead of like the underneath paper. So I'll put my silicone mat down. And this will secure like that. There we go. And then I see when I lift it up, it doesn't shift off the card. So I'll just use this silicone mat underneath. So then we take the flowers, and I did the flowers first. So I'm going to take Strawberry Slush and Daffodil Delight, and I'm thinking I need to get an ink refill for my Daffodil Delight. And that's what I love. The ink refills, you get an ink refill, you just refill it up. And I love the little mini stamps, the ink spots they call them. I really like them, more so than the larger ones. And I don't know why. I just do. I just feel like for me, they're more manageable than all the big ones laying around. Doesn't take up as much space. I think that's what it is. Okay, so flowers first. So I just went with this and I just kind of followed it. If you want to get creative, you can add more. You can add it differently. You could, I got something on there that would impact a little piece of paper that would impact the stamping. You can add it all over. You can, but make it as flowers grow. So flowers don't grow straight across. Like from the bottom here, that is fine. But up along the top, that's why you see like a spray. I kind of had this one up at the top and then these over, but not level with each other, just off a bit. Now, these I did as second generation stamping. So this is first generation. I stamped it off and then I stamped it on the card. And then I stamped it off, and I stamped it up here. And then this one I just put over here. Okay. Then the cone flower I stamped in first generation. There we go. And because I'm done with the strawberry slush now, I'm going to close it up so I don't accidentally stamp in it again. That's not the first time I've ever done that, where I'll have different colors open and I'm just go, and then I'm like, I stamp it on my card and I'm like, oh, that's not the color I wanted. All right, so I'm going to stamp this one right here. Turn this one around. There we go. And now I'm going to add the stems and the leaves. So I have, for the stems, I'm using this part of the word. And then I have one little leaf. I don't know if you can see that on there. Then I flip it over and I have the 2 leaves that can go underneath. And then I have more stems and then more leaves. So I'm just going to use this to fill up and fill in. Now I didn't leave a 1/4 inch on each side either, but you might want to do that. And I did not measure it, but it would probably be like this, that you do not want to go over. And just keep it a nice border all the way around. I realized on this one, on my card, I had not done that. But you know what? It's still okay. All right, I have covered up my ink. So this is olive green. So olive green. Now when I'm stamping this part, I want to be very careful that I just get ink on the, and not so much. All right, for the stems on this, I just want to be very careful and just tap lightly in there, because I found that if I buried and put too much ink around the top, which I have a little bit of ink there, it was getting on the top of my stems. So I want to be really careful with that. So I'm just going to put this down. There's one stem. And if the stem doesn't reach all the way, like this one is not going to, make sure the Y isn't, because that's, I can do this twice. Oops, that went a little thick, but we'll cover that up. And the bottom can be covered up with as much leaves or leaves and grass or foliage. That's what I wanted to say. As you want. It's neat how this little curly Q at the end, and you can cross them over. So as I'm going across up to here, I'm going to cross that over. So we have the stems. That looks beautiful. Okay. Now I am going to, actually I'll start with this, the foliage, and I'm going to do it on the yellow. And what I'm trying not to do is cover the yellow flowers with the green. Whoops, that fell on the right spot. This one's really close. Oh, it worked. Because that one's extra long, I'm going to add more. And then we can fill this in with foliage around. I could add foliage over here and over here and a little bit here to fill it in. All right, let me take my leaves. Let's do that. So I've got the double leaves. They're just going to go underneath the flower, and I'm still learning to get this. Ooh, that one's pretty good. Flip this over, and I'll take one leaf. And just added a little something there. Then I'll look at this and think, well, where else do I want to fill in? I want to kind of fill in here and fill in here. And just fill it in. There we go. And then I have, I have one of my Stampin' blends, and I just took it, and if you have pencil, you could do pencil, and I just colored in the center of the yellow flowers. There we go. Take my ink pad, cover that up. Now, there we go. How does that look? Now I've got Just take that pencil mark off. I didn't quite go to the edge, so it's got a nice border around it. I think that makes it look a little, it adds a different look to it. I don't think it's any better or it's just different. It just looks a little different. All right, so what I'm going to do then is to get some, I hope that's a little short. All right, piece of strawberry slush. And this piece is going to be 5 by 3 1/4. No, 3 3/4. So 5-inch. So if I cut the 5 inches off of here, I still have enough cardstock over here to make a card out of this one. So I did 5 inches by 3 3/4. 3 3/4. I'm not eighths. 3 3/4. So this is going to go on here like this. Now what you can do also is, because this is going on a card base, you could punch this out with something so that you have, I'm going to use this punch. So if you punch out the center, you've got that for another project. You put this on top, and no one's the wiser. None whatsoever. So that's kind of cool. All right, so, and I love this punch set, this style. Oh, it's my favorite, I think. I think I have a lot of favorites. I'm sorry about that. I love working with cards and making cards and sending cards, and it just brings joy to my life. And I hope you find that too, even with the little boo-boos along the way that can happen. All right, now this was on white cardstock, but because you know I like Secret C so much, oh my gosh. I wonder if this is big enough for a card. Let's see. This is, I have measurements that way. No, okay, I have measurements on here. This is 8 1/2. So I'm going to score it 4 1/4. Gosh, look at that just pop up. I love the clean lines of this, but I love this as well. Now, the thing is, I cannot stamp under here because that will not be seen. So I think I will stamp on here. So let's do that before hello there. That's another good one. Hello there. Just sending wishes for your birthday. Or, you know, again, these sentiments can be used. Let me get that on there straight. Line it up with this. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a line at the bottom of here. So if I line that up with the line on my paper. My stamp set will be. Okay, well let's get Secret C out. I'll do it with Secret C. Oh gosh. Excuse me, I need to get my head in here. Well, you know what? It's got like a little shadow behind it, and that looks okay. I've seen that technique done, and I've just done it. I don't think I have Secret C to fill in that hello. I'm just going to leave it. It's good. It is good, and it's shadowed, so it kind of takes away from that little blip in the E. Okay, all right, let's put that on here. What I should have done was used my new tool. I got a tool for my birthday. It's over here somewhere. Oh, yeah, here. And because I was doing it on a card front, I should have used my tool. I should have known better than to do it that way. And then this could go in here, lined up. I could have put my stamp set here, my stamp here, popped it down, and then if it didn't stamp properly, put more ink on it, and then stamp it down again. Beautiful tool. Didn't even think of using it. And thank you to my dear friend for giving me that. And I'll try to remember to use it the next time. So see where I punched it out? I know I'm going to use that strawberry slush again. So it will go to good use. Look at that. So stamp, ink, and paper. Stamped it, inked it, and the paper. So I didn't use any designer series paper. This is, I don't know, both are beautiful. Need to get some bling on there. I'm wondering if I need to put a ribbon somewhere. I think I'm not going to do a ribbon because the brown is good. The Secret C is good. I thought I left my hearts out. Maybe I didn't. Nope, I did not. Well, I don't think I'm going to put hearts on this one. I think I'm going to go to these gem dots and use these because these are use the lighter ones. Oh, that's all it needs. That is perfect. And then the inside, I will stamp, and the envelope I will stamp just like I did with this one. And where's my envelope? And on the envelope I stamp. So I'll get those ready, and then I'll come back at the end. There you have it, friends. Stampin' It Up. Stamp, ink, and paper. And here was the card that I made in preparation for today. And I put a ribbon along the bottom. I could have put a green ribbon along the bottom, but I chose strawberry slush. It's a really nice soft pink. I just love that pink. It's not harsh. It's not in my face. I love it. And you could add other bling too. If you had butterfly blings, that would be nice on there. We've had bumblebee bling. That would be good on there. So if you have any of those, that would really go with a flower. That's really nice. So nice clean lines. And of course, just a little stamping on the inside. Now, if you have been following me for any length of time, you will know that I often don't stamp on the inside of my cards. I wait until it's time to send it off to whoever I'm going to send it off to, but that will determine the message that I put inside. Sometimes I'll stamp something, sometimes I'll just write a note in there. And then I stamped the envelope to go with it. A little flower here on the flap. And then this was the one that I demonstrated for you. And I put a dark background on it. So it changes the look of the card. Just kind of cool. And I didn't put a ribbon along the bottom, so I just had, and I showed that how to make that straight. And I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I think you can. That I tried to restamp over this because I made a boo-boo. Well, not a boo-boo, but it didn't stamp the E and did not stamp really well. So I tried to do it again and I made a shadowing effect, which works really nice. It takes your eye away from it. However, as I said at the end of my demonstration, if I had used that tool, I would have gotten perfect stamping. So if you didn't see that, go back to it. So some things that are happening at Stampin' Up, and I just want to share them with you. You don't need to do anything, but I would, yeah, I'm going to just share things with you about Stampin' Up, but always check the online store. There, oh my gosh, there is so much coming out. It is incredible. And I'm sure there's something that you would see that you would really, really like. So one thing that has come out is some Christmas card kits, some Christmas scrapbooking kits. And if you're making cards, you can purchase the scrapbooking kits as well. They come with ephemera, they come with die cut, the ephemera, which are the die cuts. They come with words. There's one package that is just beautiful with just all gold words, different fonts, and all with for Christmas. Joy, peace, Merry Christmas, all those words. And you just have to punch them out and put them on your card. So that's a time saver and really handy. And then if you don't have the stamp sets, you have this. So you could really put cards together without getting into all this. If you buy a kit or if you buy a scrapbooking kit and it has all of that in there, you would not need to use stamps or ink. Maybe a little bit of paper, because it comes with the designer series paper, but not the cardstock. But just one pack of cardstock and away you go and make Christmas cards that are fast and quick and easy. And that's what it's about as well. We don't want Christmas cards that take a long, long time to make. And we can make some really beautiful cards as well. And the other thing that I want to mention, oh yes, they have an advent calendar. So you get the 12 days of Christmas, and each day there is something from Stampin' Up that you will use. So that will be, if you're into advent calendars, then that might be something to purchase. You can open it all at once, or you can open it once every day for 12 days. And then they have all kinds of stamp sets and paper and designer series paper. It is incredible what they are coming out with. It's just, I go to the nude just to see what's there. And then I go to the last chance list. Like if you followed me a while now, you'll know that's where I shop as well. But I do like, there's some stamps that come out and they won't make it to the last chance list. So if there's something that you do like and you think it won't go to the last chance list, then now's your time to buy it. I think, yeah, there's some that are just, the stamps go, and once they're sold out, they're sold out. And then sometimes they replenish them and sometimes they don't, but we just don't know which is what. We don't know ahead of time. So we can't say yay or nay and help you with that either. So I leave that with you. Just just if you see something and you think, I really would like to do that, get that stamp set, and you wait and then it's gone, it would be sad. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would be sad. But then, you know what? New stamp sets come out too. So I really do appreciate you joining me. I appreciate that you have spent your time with me for this video, and I hope that you get your stamps and your ink and your paper out and start looking at those things and what can I create from this. This when I looked at this stamp set and I saw what they did with it, just with this, I was totally amazed. And I'm like, okay, so it's I can just, you know, continue creating. And I think the more that I create with this, the more then that I will come up with more designs out of it as well. So it really increases your stamp set when you can do things, designs like this. And then we're going to share kindness, one card at a time. Thank you for joining me.